know anybody. That's why you suspect. You're asking me?
I'm asking you.
It took place on Capitol Hill, and people that live on Capitol Hill, that work on Capitol Hill, are responsible. There ain't no funny rogue from down there. There's no Zogo from Center Street. There's no Zogo from Red Light. If there is Zogo, that's right in there.
And that place restricted. Nobody just goes there.
So now you're singing my song. No haters, they're there. And if that place is not safe, Julius, God help us. One Ghanaian used to say, God help twice.
That place,
God help twice. What is
that place is safe. It's just some of them within themselves that did that. So.
What they did it for, I just don't know what they did it for.
All right, so let's go to bring you the program 50-50 this morning on Sky 107.1 right here. Let's go quickly and bring the program 50-50.
Good morning, Monrovia. Good morning, Abel. Good morning, Roberts Field. Good morning, Roberts Sport. Good morning, Toyota. Good morning, Salala. Good morning, Macaque City. Good morning, Tottenberg. Good morning, Clay. Good morning, Boat Waterside. Good morning, Riverside. Good morning, Apollo. Good morning, Buchanan. Good morning, La. Good morning, Cowell. Good morning, Brewerville, Virginia, and Camp David. My river edge, this is 50-50 on the Monday morning on Sky 107.1 FM. I'm sorry. We were out. It was a month ago. And all the issues that passed, people that attempted to discuss those issues and bring them to the logical conclusion, we're going to resurrect them and put in the respective, give them the conclusion that they deserve. Today, we're discussing a very important issue. We were told that a team from ECOWAS will be coming, and let me give you the topic. According to Bomi County Senator Honorable Edwin Melvin Snowe, who is also Liberia representative to the ECOWAS, a team of ECOWAS mediation team is expected to arrive in Monrovia yesterday, Sunday, November 10, 2024, to mediate in the crisis between Speaker Jonathan Fornati Koffa and the majority black of the House of Representatives seeking his removal. Bunch of questions. The questions are, who has invited ECOWAS to mediate? This country is Africa's oldest republic. Everybody came here to learn our system of governance. We have our crisis. We are not at war. We're facing constitutional and political crisis. I'm told ECOWAS team is coming to Liberia to mediate. My question is, who in the world invited them to come? Have we reached to that level that we cannot solve our own problem? Is the government of Liberia, or the House of Representatives are the ones that asking ECOWAS to intervene? Has the crisis gotten beyond our control as a sovereign nation, solving constitutional crisis, to the extent that we ask ECOWAS to come? Nobody knows all these questions. Nobody knows the answers. I've invited a man who's supposed to know. Is Honorable Weston Finley. He's a senator of Grand Bassa County, former Minister of Foreign Affairs. For people to come to our country, they got to pass through the doors and the invitation from Foreign Affairs. So he was there. So ECOWAS is here to mediate between the crisis. That's the word I don't like to say, because that subordinates Liberia's integrity as a sovereign nation over how many years? 177 years old. Somebody got to come to tell us how to solve our constitutional crisis. Our Constitution of 1986 put it so succinctly. When we have this crisis, what should be our turning point to go to when we want redress? So ECOWAS is here. But our special studio guest hasn't arrived here. He will be coming here about 50 minutes from now, because this guy from Lofa died, and there's a book of condolence will be opened, and GMP will be there. And so Finlay, as a former Minister of Foreign Affairs and Senator of Grand Bassa, will be there. So but ECOWAS is in town. By 11 o'clock, our lines will be open when Finlay comes and gives what we come. We're asking the tough questions. What is ECOWAS doing here? Who in the world invite them to come here? Are we beyond? Can we not solve our own problems? Simple problem. I call it simple problem that borders around Article 20, Article 29, Article 33, and Article 49. We can't solve our problems. ECOWAS is coming. We'll be back right after the team. So my co-host is here with me, Matthias. So you know what the order, Labendi.
After being in the business for more than 20 years, Uptown Garage has all it takes to make your car work best for you. Uptown Garage has all sizes of quality tires. We also have the efficient and long-lasting Uptown batteries. Uptown Garage also have a state-of-the-art 2023 upgraded diagnoser that can easily detect and fix any problem with your car. Is your car having any electrical problem, or is it the air conditioner? Well, Uptown Garage has a professional electrician who is up to the task of programming and solving all electrical problems on your car. Uptown Garage is at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets with the Uptown Spare Parts Store on Broad Street. We also have our garage and showroom at Rehab for original spark plugs from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly. Come to Uptown Garage. We'll give you 1 month warranty. Uptown Garage also have a tow truck that can tow your car anywhere for a fee. Contact Uptown Garage headquarters on 0777 553317, 0886 553317, or our rehab branch on 0770 902865. Uptown Garage, your 100% Liberian-owned business, is here to put a smile on your face.
Tanu, have you heard about ECOWAS Back to School giveaway?
I haven't. Tell me about it.
Tanu, for every Western Union, MoneyGram, RIA, or Rapid Transfer transaction done at any EcoBank branch or sub-agent location, you can get a prize. So,
Will, I'm not understanding you. Tell me about the thing because my brother saying that you school fee first thing tomorrow.
Okay, listen again. Whether you send money or receive money through Western Union, MoneyGram, RIA, or Rapid Transfer at any EcoBank branch or sub-agent location, you get EcoBank branded copybooks, pens, pencils, and many other items.
Julie, I get it now. I will definitely go to EcoBank for all my Western Union, MoneyGram, RIA, and Rapid Transfer transaction. That is EcoBank way of saying, welcome back to school. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Thank you very much, Mike, on 50-50 on Sky 107. Good morning, Labendi.
Good morning, T-Max, and good morning to our valuable listeners. It's good to be here again. We've been away for a couple of weeks now, doing lots of work behind the scenes. But we are here again with renewed energy and passion and determination, commitment, and integrity to ensure that we present nothing but the truth. In even in our analytical postures, we wouldn't try to be too analytical and forget about the ethics that govern the profession. So it's good to be here this morning. I heard you and Julius having a chit chat prior to the beginning of the show regarding what took place on Capitol Hill, and I think that I'll borrow from the former U.S. ambassador to Liberia, McCarthy, who would come up to ask some questions. He said, what would Joseph Jingen Robert say concerning the look of the city? What would this, he was just asking a couple of questions, given the status of Liberia. What would Joseph Jingen Robert, the founding father, one of the first president of the Republic of Liberia, what would he say, given the corruption nature of Liberia? But then I would also go on to ask, what would the Singaporean say? The people from Singapore, what would they say about Liberia? That that's the country we went to sometime in 1927 to study how to run government. That's the country we went to some years back to understudy the structure of their governance, to understand how is it to run an economy. That's the nation we went to, tapping in the bright minds at that time. How is it that instead of people growing or going at the upward position, that nation is retrogressing? So I think these are a couple of questions when we sit down to ask ourselves this question, our citizens of the country, when actions take place in certain environments, most especially the Capitol building. Julius asked a very important question when you talk about the vandalism that took place at the Capitol building. I think it's the joint chambers where the majority bloc is currently, presiding, giving the split in the legislature. No matter the situation that is unfolding currently at the legislature, T-Max, nobody in their right frame of mind should get in that, like you describe it, in our iconic building. The ministerial complex is an iconic building because these are buildings that put Liberia, when you enter the country, you want to know where leaders of the country, the lawmakers, sit down and have conversation regarding the future of their nation, regarding decisions they make concerning the country. Two ways people may start to analyze. I don't care about whether somebody may want to blame the minority bloc that is headed by Speaker J. Fornati Koffa, or somebody may want to blame the majority bloc that they may have been the one that did the act, so that it can seem like the minority bloc is angry that they are in their numbers. That's the reason why the minority bloc is reacting that way. Whoever did that or whomever did such act, that person probably did not follow the history of this country. That person maybe is a short-sighted person that doesn't know what exactly it means for people to go through crisis. That person probably was still a teenager, was still a minor. So they were still being carried on their backs. So they didn't know what it means to go through the war and experience, because that is an act of war. To go at the Capitol building and vandalize is strategic. In fact, any part of that building you pick a stone to throw, that is outside of the expression of your view, of the expression of your emotion. That's not the way to express emotion. To enter the Capitol building, enter the joint chambers, destroy the sitting capacity of the chambers. That will cost us some money to repair it. So whether you disagree, whether you have an issue with whether the lawmakers are not gathering in their numbers to have a conversation regarding the way forward on the issue the issues that are unfolding at the Capitol building, but that's not the way to go. I mean, and most time this thing comes back to be blamed on the young people. I am addressing this. I'm a young man, and most of the time when the elders come to say, hey, the young people of this country, they are used by this, and the elders, some of them, they are the ones that get to us. They get into our heads, into our psyche. They say, hey, they use all kind of psychological tricks on us and say, go there and do that thing. At the end of the day, you get this, you get that. But no young person that has sat down in the classroom before, that is interested in growing, in improving themselves. Do you wake up in the morning, somebody took some money and gave you 5,000, 20,000, whatever amount of money that the person put into your hand? No amount of money is worth you losing your integrity. No amount of money.
Okay. So let me come there. Anybody who would think crazily to say that, oh, that place was vandalized, Fornati Koffa might have a hand in that, I would tell you, you gotta be crazy.
That's the person's view, T-Max.
Yeah, but that's my view, that the person would think that Fornati or persons who do this or who mastermind it, I'll tell you, be crazy, because I know him religiously when it comes to his attitude, his temperament, to the extent that he was saying hooligans to the joint. Now that you can lay that on Fornati. But let me take it back to what you were saying. Things happen that we seem to forget history. When Julius Caesar died, and he was paraded in the Capitol building, I would call that their Capitol building. Mark Antony was asked to give the eulogy, and he said among other things, you kill him. He gave you victory, you kill him. He freed you from captivity, you kill him. He did all this, brought you modernization and patriotism, you kill him. He fought all your wars and won your wars and brought you from slavery to freedom, yet you kill him. And he said, oh, judgment, that have fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reasonings. That is typical of what's happening at Capitol building. Whole judgment that have fled into brutish beast, that we've lost our judgment. That's what is happening. Little things like what happening. People went to the extent to vandalize that building, that section of the building. They got to be crazy people to do that. That was Mark Antony was. He seen with him when he said, "Oh, judgment! You killed this guy. You lost your mind. That have fled to brutish beast, and men have lost their reasonings." Let me get you back what it is as it relates to the craziness that happened on Capitol building. Craziness that happened on Capitol building. Article 49 of the Liberian Constitution says,
right.
And I'm going to read that to give you the etymology of what is unfolding today. The House of Representatives shall elect once every 6 years a speaker who shall be the presiding officer of that body, a deputy speaker, and such other officers as shall ensure the proper functioning of the House. The Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, and other officers so elected may be removed from office for cause by the resolution of 2/3 majority of the members of the House of Representatives. That's Article 49. Follow me again to Article 33. Please bear with me. Article 33 says this. And I read. Article 33 says, a simple majority of each house shall constitute a quorum for the transaction of business, but a lower number may adjourn from day to day and compare the attendance of absent members. Whenever the House of Representatives and the Senate shall meet in joint session, the presiding officer of the House of Representatives shall preside. Follow me again. I'm going back to Article 29. Say the legislative power of the Republic shall be vested in the legislature of Liberia, which shall consist of two separate houses, a Senate and the House of Representatives, both of which must pass on all legislation. The enacting style shall be, it is enacted by the Senate and the House of Representatives of the Republic of Liberia in legislature assembled. The last article I want to read, if you have misunderstanding, the process is to follow. It says in Article 20, it said, no persons shall be deprived of life, liberty, and security of the person, property, privileges, or any other right except as the outcome of a hearing judgment consistent with the provisions laid down in the Constitutional Republic of Liberia and in accordance with due process of law. Justice shall be done without sale, denial, or delay, and in all cases not arising in courts not of record under courts-martial and upon impeachment, the parties shall have the right to a trial by jury. I want to lay this out. Yes, they have a problem, but the problems must be addressed and adjudicated by the law. Somebody must be given due process of law. He spells it out. Ever says, yes, we go to these guys and ask them to use their rules, and you are elected. And in the case of the House of Representatives, decided by the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker and all the officers that to govern for that period. You will have misunderstanding, gentlemen. But the way we go about resolving our problem must be in consonant with the Liberian Constitution.
Right.
I hear from other places, people, Fornati being legal luminary, they say, if I do you wrong, if you think I'm wrong of what happened, give me due process. Let's follow due process. That does not enable anybody to organize a group of people on Capitol Hill in that sacred building for people to vandalize.
If you say organize, I don't know what you were trying to insinuate.
What I'm trying to insinuate,
are you suggesting that one of the groups is responsible for that?
Come on. Why you want to waste my time? You think that was done that the way was in the book of Genesis, let it be, and it was? Guys thought this through, organized it, and orchestrated it. Somebody did it. You think it happened by themselves? That offer was there. That assembly point was there. Sometime last week, was it vandalized? No.
I would certainly want to agree with you because
people agreed that they were vandalized. So you make the case complicated. So you come on, maybe they did it, the majority black did it. Oh no, maybe because Fornati doesn't want to move that Fornati did it. That is the argument, that is the confusion you want to create. And that is done by people with criminal intent. They did it. You gotta put it what it is. You gotta call it what it is. There was orchestrated with people of criminal intent. They did this. To be speaker, I would think Fornati can give it up. I don't think Fornati want to lead a group of people in search of confusion. I don't think Fornati wants that.
But he doesn't want to give it up, as you're saying.
I think what Fornati wants is, what are my accusers? Face me face to face, and let's do what it is. Get me through the due process. Let me go through due process. He's not going to be there for forever and ever. Fornati came from Southtown. He was never a speaker in Southtown. He was never a speaker in Southtown. He had some misunderstanding. Let's go to it and approach it. But what I'm saying to you, that should not extend to the point that we will go to the building and vandalize the building so as to put people in a situation of confusion. Either one of them did it. People that did this, they plan to do it. But that's not my point. That's not my point. You have two grown-up guys, and you have a husband and a wife. You have a boy and his girlfriend, and whatever that is. You have an office. You have staff. You have companies. You have executives. Problems will always be there.
Absolutely.
But the way to go about problems is the way to find solution to the problem.
Right.
I don't think. Maybe let me say this like it is to me. It's annoying, it's belittling that we will have a constitutional crisis. Then we send, come on, man. We send to ECOWAS. When last has Liberians or Liberian government respected ECOWAS decision or anything? Yes, ECOWAS came and bled and died for us. Yet I agree. I give it to them. But if Labendi decides not to go to work, you send for ECOWAS to force him to go to work. It's that a level we have reached to now. It's not that Liberia, because of this, their constitutional crisis, that we go to ECOWAS. Is that what Liberia goes to ECOWAS to interpret what the law says in our Constitution 47, 33, 29, 20. Is that what we cannot settle? To go to ECOWAS. We gotta go to ECOWAS to come and mediate what? The procedures as to finding an amicable solution to the problem lay squarely in the 1986 Liberian Constitution. So that it is so belittling. And my question here, they are political Nicodemuses.
In this process?
Of course, they fly by night. You will not tell me that what I was asking the former Minister of Foreign Affairs, Weston Gafile, to come tell me what it is. What the procedures? Who was sent for the ECOWAS to come? Who was sent for them to mediate between the majority black and that of Speaker Fornati Koffa? Somebody has to send for them. Who sent for them? Mm-hmm. Who is the guy? Is that GMB? 45 years in government, 45 year GMB will tell us that there are no organs and institutions to bring this thing to a satisfactory end. That GMB will say, you come. In other words, we are incapable of doing anything for ourselves. Even though as disgraceful as it is that we eat rice, we cannot grow our own rice, we are already into that valley of shadow of neglect and shamefulness. We eat rice, we can't grow rice. We are one country on this planet that eats rice, cannot produce its own stable. Representative, get a problem. We cannot solve the problem, we've got to look for somebody else to come. How we belittle ourselves this way? Who sent for them? Who sent for them? So we gotta know who sent for them. I think Western God will know. What are the procedures laid down to ask for an intervention? When we call it mediation, because this is synonymous to intervention.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I want to know.
Well, T-Max,
it might worsen. Listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
It might worsen the gravity of our problem at the House of Representatives. It might get worse if you have people that are no business mediating. We are not fighting. It is not at 1989. No, this is quite different. We are not at war.
No.
Constitutional crisis.
Well, maybe we are at war now, given that people would deliberately and go at the Capitol building and vandalize, the sitting capacity of the joint chambers. That's crisis.
No,
that's a crisis. But it's a process. It's a problem, by the way.
So if people break down stuff in Capitol building, you go to Nigeria. Somebody broke into the joint session. Is that what you think Liberia to be?
What
come on.
There are a few things you said.
This is a disgrace.
There are a few things you said. I just want to make point that maybe you might see reason to consider the significance of ECOWAS, involvement in this situation. First, there's a problem with even the very lawmakers, the interpretation of their very rules. You listen to one lawmaker now, mm-hmm. they are quoting the rule from different.
So ECOWAS come to interpret it. Because people have different interpretations. So the article. So you say for ECOWAS.
Just a moment.
ECOWAS wrote Liberian 1986 Constitution. So ECOWAS come and interpret. Is that what you mean? So why you want to demean us this way?
No, I'm not. So just a moment, T-Max. Now, you listen to some lawmakers, maybe depending on the position of the hour they're standing. All right, there's one person standing on the other side.
It does not.
I understand.
It does not reach to the level. We will have different interpretation. But I'll read something in the Liberian in today's dailies.
Right.
Some people say, "Oh, come on, today the budget is long delaying. It has to go through. To whom should JMB send the budget?"
So you see that.
Listen to me.
Right.
Come on. You say Fornati should move. Fornati say I want process. So you send it for ECOWAS to come. Whoever sent for ECOWAS. This is demeaning. So our bread and butter, if the budget does not pass, if we cannot get a 2025 budget on the way, the government is shut down. What does it profit? So what will you send for? Donald Trump? Oh, the project, I can't pass my project, can't pass it for me. Come on, man.
Well, T-Max, I think you talking about ECOWAS involvement. There are two ways. Even the very ECOWAS, all right? If you are constantly disrespected by a certain group of people,
welcome here.
When they invite you,
welcome.
You have to sit down and read between the lines and see, is it important that I even attend that meeting?
I tell you
every time. No, just a moment.
I tell you what, ECOWAS, in my opinion, In my opinion, look, they lost lives here in Liberia. I must acknowledge that. They lost lives here. But to me, the way I see them, ECOWAS is slowly becoming Club of the Boys. Or big
maybe from the Liberian perspective.
No, come go to Africa.
Perhaps they are making impact in other nations, but for
Yeah.
Liberia, they are constantly disrespected. Georgia disrespected. The Weah's administration disrespected ECOWAS not once, not twice, not thrice, severally. On decisions that the government took against people, people took appeal to the ECOWAS court. The ECOWAS court ruled in the matter and saw merit in it. Where is Nancy Doe? Has she gotten her benefits?
Where's
Cabinet Janet? Has he gotten his benefit? All right. So if you have this group of people,
So
you consider
you come back to my point.
no,
is-
you're not giving me chance.
ECOWAS is less basic, if I put it that way.
No, you're asking why invite ECOWAS?
Why?
So your answer is because it's less basic.
I mean,
Is that how you see it?
But why will you come here if you're not less basic? If you got something president to solve, why will you come here? For constitutional crisis, for Fornati Koffa. Move or be removed like Grady has into us. You at campus. Move or be removed. You come here. To do what? If Liberians don't want to sit and face each other face to face on this constitutional crisis, ECOWAS got nothing to do with it. Nothing. And absolutely nothing. So that is not equivalent to what we did to ourselves in 1989. Constitutional crisis. Why ECOWAS didn't come? Why ECOWAS did not come? Maybe it was a different type of ECOWAS. Why ECOWAS didn't come? When Edwin Melvin Snowe was sitting down to the executive pavilion, when people at Hotel Africa were deciding his fate. Why? Why they didn't come? Where was ECOWAS when Tyler was booted out? Where was ECOWAS when Ynembo from Grand Judah, President pro tempore, where was ECOWAS? So this mediation of ECOWAS, I think doesn't hold any water because I don't see what ECOWAS will do in solving Liberian. What are they going to interpret our constitution?
Maybe.
Is that what they're going to tell us, that Liberia is so dull that somebody has to come to tell us exactly how to solve constitutional problems?
T-Max, there's one point you need to get. If the executive seems confused about where to submit the budget, it means we are in crisis.
Let me tell you, but you don't need ECOWAS to come. You don't need ECOWAS to come.
But the executive branch should be, or is supposed to be, one of the branches with the highest number of legal luminaries in terms of explanation of legal matters.
I agree, but
so before the
I'm telling you,
decision,
it does not reach to the height. Look, let me tell you something. Just like my government, they want the 2025 budget to be submitted to the House. It is between the Caesars. It is between the Caesars. Liberian Constitution says, in order to have a quorum, you must have 47. You gotta have 2/3. There is where GMB is between. You gotta have a 2/3. People say whenever the meeting is called, the presiding officer must be the Speaker of the Honorable House of Representatives. But we have a situation now where the Fornati Koffa who say, yeah, I am the Speaker. All these things will be addressed to me, and they as they should be. But Fornati is in crisis. So GMB will be having sleepless nights. I want the budget passed. Like when you looking at me, I say you're a cow where I'm using the flag. Like you looking at me. There is the catch-22 that GMB is faced with. If the budget from GMB crafted by the numbers guy at the coin Gafuan, ready for 2025 onward going, cannot find where to carry it. They're saying you got to have a quorum to make decisions as to what happened. Unfortunately, Fornati is at 33. Those guys are 43. And so somebody would think, why don't take it to the guy that have the numbers to make the decision? So that's what it is.
So the executive,
but that does not that does not require the intervention or the mediation of ECOWAS.
T-Max, at the moment, I think we will invite the public to join us in the conversation as we are with our guest, who is a former foreign minister. He understands how ECOWAS works and when ECOWAS gets involved in issues and so on. So I don't know whether this matter of ours has reached the point for us to contact the economic community of West African states or not. Senator Gbesanga Finlay
will be here.
Is that man. So the question to you, the public, what do you think will be the position of Senator Finlay?
No. Don't put for Senator Finlay between the sisters. He will come. He will face someone. He come.
Okay.
If we open the lines after this break,
right.
I'm asking you: has Liberia reached that level to solve a constitutional crisis for us to send for the ECOWAS?
All right.
That should be your question. Don't put Finlay. I got a bunch of stuff to discuss with Finlay. Has Liberia reached the level that they cannot solve the constitutional crisis, so far send for ECOWAS? Let's take that break.
Right.
After being in the business for more than 20 years, Uptown Garage has all it takes to make your car work best for you. Uptown Garage has all sizes of quality tires. We also have the efficient and long-lasting Uptown batteries. Uptown Garage also have a state-of-the-art 2023 upgraded diagnoser that can easily detect and fix any problem with your car. Is your car having any electrical problem, or is it the air conditioner? Well, Uptown Garage has a professional electrician who is up to the task of programming and solving all electrical problems on your car. Uptown Garage is at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets with the Uptown Spare Parts Store on Broad Street. We also have our garage and showroom at Rehab for original spark plugs from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly. Come to Uptown Garage. We'll give you 1 month warranty. Uptown Garage also have a tow truck that can tow your car anywhere for a fee. Contact Uptown Garage headquarters on 0777 553317, 0886 553317, or our rehab branch on 0770 902865. Uptown Garage, your 100% Liberian-owned business, is here to put a smile on your face.
Tanu, have you heard about EcoBank Back to School giveaway?
I haven't. Tell me about it.
Tanu, for every Western Union, MoneyGram, RIA, or rapid transfer transaction done at any EcoBank branch or sub-agent location, you can get a prize. So,
Well, I'm not understanding you. Tell me about the thing because my brother saying that your school be first thing tomorrow.
okay, listen again. Whether you send money or receive money through Western Union, MoneyGram, RIA, or rapid transfer at any EcoBank branch or sub-agent location, you get EcoBank branded copybooks, pens, pencils, and many other items.
Julie, I get it now. I will definitely go to EcoBank for all my Western Union, MoneyGram, RIA, and rapid transfer transaction. That is EcoBank way of saying, welcome back to school. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Champion, we train to win.
There is a moment when everything starts. When the cheers echo, the lights shine bright. You stand above the rest. That moment is made for champions. It is brought to you by Champion Beer. Champion Beer isn't just a drink. It's a celebration in every sip. Brewed with passion, crafted with precision. It's bold, refreshing, and made for those who know the taste of victory and celebration. If you are on top of the world or just kicking back with friends, Champion Beer is the perfect toast to life's greatest moments. For those who never settle, for those who push the limits, there's one beer that stands above the rest. Champion Beer, crafted for greatness and enjoyed by winners, made for every occasion. Only champions celebrate. Champion Beer is produced by Moroccan Breweries. Raise your glass. Champion Beer, taste the victory. Drink responsibly for 18 years and above.
Champion Beer, the taste of speed.
Thank you very much. We're back on 50-50 while we're waiting for Honorable Senator Ambassador Gbesanga. I'm asking you, we had a crisis at the Capitol building. crisis with the House of Representatives. They want to move Fornati Koffa. Fornati say, come on, give me the due process, then I'll go. Somebody sent for the ECOWAS. Do you think it's time for ECOWAS to come and solve Liberia constitutional crisis? So call me on those numbers on 077777107, or you call me on 07772212223 and give me your view. Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle T.
My brother, what's your name and where you calling me from?
Good morning to Matthias and the Sky FM management. My name is Derek Zina, and I join you from the commercial district of Red Light. Uncle T, our country is going down the drain.
Do we need ECOWAS to come and solve our constitutional crisis? That's what I'm asking you.
For what reason?
For what reason?
Oh my God, for what? I was speaking, I know nothing about law. I have not been to law school before, since. But the lesson when you read with comprehension, I think you need to make it clear to the Liberian people. Article 49 is clear on this. Why you guys are ignoring Article 49? Oh my God, Jesus Christ! So
thank you very much.
Country.
Thank you very much. According to him,
lawmaker. You don't.
Thank you very much. You said ECOWAS got no business being here. If we send it for ECOWAS, we'll lose our mind. Let's go back to the line. Line 3, talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Tima.
Do we need ECOWAS here to solve our constitutional crisis?
Yeah, Tima, manis ali padikuman me pigi family akwa around the Cower Junction area.
I heard that.
So Tima, let me say this. For me, I gave you what ECOWAS coming to do in Liberia. And according on the majority black, none of them should stay with ECOWAS to discuss anything with ECOWAS, because ECOWAS cannot decide what is speaker for in this country.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 077777107. Let's go back to line 1. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Tima.
We are in crisis constitutionally. Do we need ECOWAS to be here?
You see what happened? They maybe slow manufacture, but person that can in this country. The ECOWAS have made themselves looking like a baby. Look at the country living away from ECOWAS region. Being able to solve those problems. Then any Melvin Snowe try to make fun out of Liberia.
Do we need ECOWAS to come to solve our constitutional crisis?
Let me tell the majority group, they should not look at their face.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 077777107. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
My brother, what's your name and where you calling me from?
I'm Robert Jesse calling from Happy Firestone.
Robert, we got crisis at the House of Representatives. They want to move Fornati. Fornati say, come on, I could pack my bags, but I need due process. Do we need ECOWAS to solve this problem for us?
I think ECOWAS should be the last people to come in our country when it comes to issues that are affecting the entire country, but for constitutional issue about speaker removal, we don't need ECOWAS intervention.
Thank you very much. We don't need ECOWAS intervention. Let's go back to line 7. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Moses Gongano. I'm calling from Johnson, Georgia.
Gonga, do we need ECOWAS here to solve our problem?
No, sir.
We don't need them, but they're here anyway.
I suggest for the majority to stay away from the ECOWAS activity and focus on the laboratory job, because the Constitution stated that 37 or 36 members should discuss about the social matters. So long as in the majority, you must forget about forgetting us.
Call me on that number on 077777107. Let's go back to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. Do we need ECOWAS here to solve constitutional crisis?
Good morning, first, Mr. Gilate.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name, please?
Yeah, I'm Isaac Swa. I'm calling from Lower Madibi. Mr. Gilate, what the essence is your father in your home and responsible taking care of your own family, and somebody is outside there as a father too, taking care of his own family, and you see the man home is well conducted, and then you go into the man to seek advice now to come and settle your home, and you calling yourself a father. Are you a father? Congratulations for the program. Thank you very much.
Call me on that number on 077777107. You'll be live on 5050 on Sky 107. ECOWAS here on invitation of whom I just don't know, but I'm here to solve our constitutional crisis. Good morning.
Good morning, T-Max.
My brother, what's your name and where you calling me from?
Yeah, T-Max, good morning. And to my dear. My name is Joseph Alakonekolo Limiro. I'm from Margaret County, Lower Margaret County, District number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, T-Max, you see, sometimes we call our people honorable people, and we expect them to be honorable people. But if you cannot make up your bed, the way you make up your bed, so shall you lie on it.
Mm-hmm.
With the type of thing, with the type of disturbance that is going on now with the horse. Look at the horse, they say they have vandalized.
Do we need ECOWAS to come and bring us to our senses?
Yes, with the level it is going, our budget have been struggling later, and then the budget cannot be passed because of that thing that happening here.
So when ECOWAS come, what will ECOWAS tell them for the budget to be passed? What will ECOWAS tell us?
When ECOWAS come, there will be a solution. Maybe somebody will listen to ECOWAS. Because ECOWAS now is the next body after Liberia legislature or after the Supreme Court. Maybe ECOWAS is the next person they will listen to. Though why it's true that we have been defying ECOWAS, we have been disrespecting ECOWAS, but I think there's a need because you don't have to go or escalate to a certain level before we can come to settle things out. But let ECOWAS, so ECOWAS is already here. I think it will be prudent enough for ECOWAS to look into it and see how best this can be solved amicably.
Thank you very much. 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 Call me on that number on 07777 107. You'll be live from 5050 on Sky 107. The House of Representatives is Sado. One decision. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
My brother, what's your name and where you calling me from?
You're the great player in the tennis that did the last pass and scored a goal, and you go back.
Go ahead.
Isaac Kofi Koma from Broadville.
Okay, Isaac, go ahead.
You see, Matthias said to me, you are trying to compare countries that put a key here to see how they were going to run the government. At that time, men were running our government. Today, that boys that are running the government. So we told main job to give the boy. So you now, you voted TJ Blue here.
My man, let me DJ Blue. My man, but my man, and I'm talking about who I voted for. Let's get to the issue.
Look at what happened. If ECOWAS will come, you leave your house every day, you leave no money there. In one week, you want to go die. Then I go eat. And they say they make the power. Or why you power for all the people? Then they put everyone to run the government. They know nothing. I never had no township job before. Go get a representative job.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 07777 107. You'll be live on 5050 on Sky 107.1 FM. We have crisis at the Honorable House of Representatives, majority black, and Fornati Koffa's group. They said, fine. You want to have Fornati removed? Just be able to get 47, 49. Fornati will be your governor. In the absence of that, we got a long way to come. Come here, Dad. Let's take our break because my special studio guest has just entered.
After being in the business for more than 20 years, Uptown Garage has all it takes to make your car work best for you. Uptown Garage has all sizes of quality tires. We also have the efficient and long-lasting Uptown batteries. Uptown Garage also have a state-of-the-art 2023 upgraded diagnoser that can easily detect and fix any problem with your car. Is your car having any electrical problem, or is it the air conditioner? Well, Uptown Garage has a professional electrician who is up to the task of programming and solving all electrical problems on your car. Uptown Garage is at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets with the Uptown Spare Parts Store on Broad Street. We also have our garage and showroom at Rehab for original spark plugs from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly. Come to Uptown Garage. We'll give you 1 month warranty. Uptown Garage also have a tow truck that can tow your car anywhere for a fee. Contact Uptown Garage headquarters on 0777 553317, 0886 553317, or our rehab branch on 0770 902865. Uptown Garage, your 100% Liberian-owned business, is here to put a smile on your face.
Tanu, have you heard about EcoBank Back to School giveaway?
I haven't. Tell me about it.
Tanu, for every Western Union, MoneyGram, RIA, or Rapid Transfer transaction done at any EcoBank branch or sub-agent location, you can get a prize. So,
Will, I'm not understanding you. Tell me about the thing because my brother saying the children's school fee first thing tomorrow.
okay, listen again. Whether you send money or receive money through Western Union, MoneyGram, RIA, or Rapid Transfer at any EcoBank branch or sub-agent location, you get EcoBank branded copybooks, pens, pencils, and many other items.
Julie, I get it now. I will definitely go to EcoBank for all my Western Union, MoneyGram, RIA, and Rapid Transfer transaction. That is EcoBank way of saying, welcome back to school. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Thank you very much. We're back on 50-50 on Sky 107. Luckily, my friend has just arrived. Honorable Ambassador Finlay is here. Good morning, Honorable Finlay.
T-Max, finally, I'm here with you now.
You look for it. You complained about it 2-3 years. Now you got it.
Yes, thank you for inviting me.
I'm sorry for my condolences for your friend you lost.
Thank you.
Smokovi, very, very brilliant guy. So your delay is understandable that the likes of you got to be there when that book of condolence is signed.
Yeah, first of all, let me apologize to you and your audience for coming late. But like you say, yes, it was very important for me. It's part of my closure with my best friend, one of the people that I've worked with for the last 20 years. And so we were very close.
Did that make you scared that sometime you might go?
No, all of us have to go. You know, we were four that was very close. The late Chiru, the late Watterson, and the late Kupi. So I know that
your days are
my days will come, but they're not numbered yet. It will come.
Not number yet. Well, thank you very much. But let's get to what I've invited you, because you wear two caps as a lawmaker, or respected diplomat. This ECOWAS thing, we've been told since last weekend that ECOWAS was coming to Liberia to mediate. That is the word in the constitutional crisis on Capitol Hill. What is the procedure? How we reach this level for the ECOWAS to come to intervene in that?
Well, ECOWAS has several bodies. The political body, you have the Council of State, which is the head of states, and then you have the Commission, which handles the day-to-day activities, and you have the Parliament. Now, the Parliament is more of a political institution in the ECOWAS arrangement. The Commission is where you have all of the decision to intervene or not to intervene based on sometimes requests or sometimes a threat to the community as a whole. In this case, the issue of what is happening with the House of Representatives is a domestic matter. We have not exhausted all of what we have to exhaust. In fact, I'm supposed to be chairing a committee that's supposed to be trying to bring the two groups together to the table to talk. And until we can exhaust that mechanism that we're trying to put in place and make sure it works, it becomes something that we are still trying to work on. But you know, T-Max, my conversation with you must be based on Article 1, 2, and 3 of the Constitution.
Okay.
The power is invested in the people. If there are conflicts, who resolve it? The Supreme Court is the final arbiter. And we have 3 branches of government that must coordinate. So those are the 3 cardinal issues.
Basically, that summarizes the fact that with the 3 powerful articles and sections in the Liberian Constitution, 1, 2, and 3, we can domestically solve our problem without having any intervention.
Of course, the problem can be solved.
Can we just look at the constitutions in question, the articles in question? I mean,
you want me to read them, or you want to read them?
Yeah, let me just go through them quickly. So that
set the basis.
Yeah, let's set the basis, because for the public there, the senator is interested in the 3 articles that will serve as the basis for his interaction with us today. Article 1 of the Constitution says all power is inherent in the people. All free governments are instituted by their authority and for their benefit, and they have the right to alter and reform the same when their safety and happiness so require. In order to ensure democratic government which responds to the wishes of the governed, the people shall have the right at such period and in such manner as provided for under this Constitution to cause their public servants to leave office and to fill vacancies by regular elections and appointments. Article 2, this Constitution is the supreme and fundamental law of Liberia, and its provisions shall have binding force and effect on all authorities and persons throughout the Republic. Any laws, treaties, statuses, decrees, customs, and regulations found to be inconsistent with it shall, to the extent of the inconsistency, be void of no legal effect. The Supreme Court, pursuant to its power of judicial review, is empowered to declare any inconsistent laws unconstitutional. 3. Liberia is a unitary sovereign state divided into counties for administrative purposes. The form of government is republican with 3 separate coordinate branches: the legislative, the executive, and the judiciary. Consistent with the principles of separation of powers and checks and balances, no person holding office in one of these branches shall hold office in or exercise any of the powers assigned to either of the other 2 branches except as otherwise provided in this Constitution. And no person holding office in one of the said branches shall have or shall serve on any autonomous policy agency.
Okay.
Now, where we are. The people have made a decision to elect us to serve. So their powers have been given to the lawmakers to do what? To make sure that the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia is upheld. In this case, the Constitution, and I know you want to go there, but I might jump a little bit ahead of you. In this case, with ECOWAS coming to Liberia, we are saying, look, this is a domestic matter. However, if they decide that it is going to affect the greater community of ECOWAS and they feel there's a threat, yes, they can come in and try to see how they
But
can
there seems
mediate.
to be no threat now.
No, there's no threat.
There is
right
no
now.
threat. So they're
no
either,
threat.
they are coming, their mediation, whatever they call it,
There's
is
no
completely
threat.
needed.
I don't see any threat at this stage.
But similar issues like this, whose prerogative it is to have ECOWAS intervene, and ECOWAS can come, but how does it go about it?
You see where we are? There are 2 other articles, I think Article 30 and 48. Article 30 refer to do business in both houses or the House of Representatives. You need a simple majority. A simple majority of 3 is about 37. The issue of removing the speaker is 2/3. That's the constitutional provision.
You got to
48.
have 48.
So you need
49.
49. Now, yes, situation. You can't get 37.
You can get 49.
49. So if that is the situation, we say, okay, the Senate have said, come, let us have a discussion on the way forward. You see, these are political movement, political happenings. And those political happenings are based on what? The law. For you to get to the House or to get to the Senate, Article 1 of the Constitution put you there. And that's why I say the basis for my conversation. So once you get there, it's about the people interest, not your interest. So if where the political movement is not, we can't find a common ground, then the legal side we have to come in. And then Article 2 jumps in. It says that any law or any regulation or any action that contravenes the Constitution, the Supreme Court will decide. Here's the situation we have. You can't get 37. You can't get 49. So let's go to the Supreme Court to decide. Okay? If you don't want to have that political solution.
And why has the Supreme Court not decided yet?
Well, I don't speak for the Supreme Court. I'm saying this is my interpretation of what the law is. We have an impasse, and until that impasse is addressed, we have, like, that's why I say the solution is in our Constitution, and we need to take some time, because you see there are a lot of emotions flying around.
The Constitution is somehow in some section and provision of it is a little not contradictory, but ambiguous to some extent. Just like you might if our budget has to go, has to be passed to become what we need to do.
Yeah.
The law requires when it's promulgated, is sent into the. Well, he wants the to be reviewed. And
well, the issue for it doesn't pass within the statutory period. The PFM law prescribe what happens. 112 until the budget passes.
Come on, I mean, tell me something.
112 will go for 12 months.
For 12 months?
Yeah, the legislature can hold a budget and say, look, we're not passing the budget because we're not convinced that this budget is going to work.
Given the situation as it is,
given this,
and I'm putting you in a big one for the presidency. So I want you to learn this. No, I'm not telling you. So put yourself in a situation like this.
You see,
if you were back out to the two groups, the 43 and the 43 and the 30.
Okay.
We get the budget.
I'll go back to the same Article 48. The presiding officer. You see, this is where the problem really lies. The president needs to follow the Constitution. And in some case,
it puts him in a precarious situation.
I agree.
How does it solve it?
But this is where we are, because you got my understanding, and I'm like I'm saying, I'm mediating, trying to bring the two groups together. But the issue of going to the Supreme Court, the majority group has said, look, we want to come to talk. My position is, even where you have disagreement, you're still looking for your 49. You can still be looking for your 49 while we're sitting at the table. You can also
be looking for
your 37 while you're sitting at the table talking.
To get a quorum.
Yeah. Or when we get in the room, then it becomes very political. because that's only legislator there. Then we can explain
delays, and we force down the road to use only
the supplementary budget that keying in that the president presented. We all authority and the power to proceed with spending at a discussion.
Maybe except for the explanation you put out there, but many people out there think that this situation is going to be stalling the possibility of civil servants getting salary, because when the budget is not passed, it's going to affect the issue of salary disbursement.
No,
but Senator, you know, this thing has gone for almost a month now, T-Max.
Yeah,
I mean almost a month now.
Yeah,
it's still at political level. It's not reached constitutional level yet.
No,
is that what you're saying?
When the court, the time will come when the court, I understand the speaker has gone to the full bench, and when the court make a decision to hear the case, it becomes constitutional.
Okay.
Because now they are asking the court for a judicial review of the Constitution. Does the country stop running? No. No. There are provisions there.
But if the country will run as is, then let's forget about that. Let them beat it and sub the stuff up and let's run it.
Well, there are certain things that...
Which of the two...
Listen,
which of the two groups you think is more intransigent
let me
than
say
the
this.
other?
Let me say this to you, Max. There's a point where it becomes a constitutional crisis. At that point,
and we haven't reached that yet.
No, when the Senate, you see, the Constitution says both houses must concur.
Mm-hmm.
The Senate may pass. The House have to concur, but the House can't concur because you don't have a presiding officer, or you have a presiding officer, but you don't have a quorum. So then now it becomes a constitutional issue. You can go to the Supreme Court to ask the Supreme Court to look into that matter. Any citizen can do that. I believe they have the right. I know the court might say, some lawyers might say you don't have standing because that's the issue.
Mm-hmm.
But you have standing because it's affecting you as a citizen of this country. So we are getting to an area where it is becoming more sensitive, and that's why the Senate saw 3 weeks ago and asked a committee to go and talk to both sides. That your action
mm-hmm.
is going to make the Senate ineffective.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have to give them that respect. Whether they're on whatever side they're on is irrelevant at this point. So what you are doing there is going to affect the Senate. And when it affects the Senate, the legislature is going to be affected.
Two members of what Finland is not part of Augustine Chie and that of Binding from Maryland County. Yeah. Chie is advocating that budget should be poured to the Honorable Speaker, J. Fornati Koffa, because he is indeed the presiding officer. In your group, the Senate. Binding is saying no. Because if you put the budget, if you submit the budget to Fornati, as requested by Chair, Fornati does not have the quorum to do that. And Bani is saying, let's take it to the majority black, though they have not reached 49, but they could have a quorum to do in business. What do you say between those two guys? Members of they are part of your members with the president as the Nicodemus in this muddy waters.
Prefer not to make any comment on those two.
If you are given the chance, which one would you lay on?
No, the reason is I am mediating. I'm trying to bring the two groups together. My personal opinion should be one.
You will be driven by your personal opinion, your understanding of the case.
No, I'm trying to bring two groups together and to say.
In other words, you will not tell either of the group which one is in the wrong.
This matter is not, if it was before the Senate plenary and we were discussing that, then I will be on the Senate floor debating it. But the Senate have put me in charge of a dedicated process. And I have to take that as a diplomat, whether I feel I don't feel I have to do that. You know, some we're talking about Jack Klein.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming. I don't know if I don't know.
Like you said, go 1, 2.
Senator, quickly, the situation currently involving the legislature, the House of Representatives,
political,
right? So does it mean, given that ECOWAS is a political body, is it a political body? By the way, can you confirm whether it's a political or constitutional body?
The Parliament, no, it's like, listen, the ECOWAS was the inception of the whole objective, and in that regional integration, you had the economic component of it, the economy thing to break down the borders, single currency, trade, commerce,
movement.
Yeah, movement of people, which is about $400 billion economy. That's the drive and that's the goal. So the Parliament was basically came about, I think, in 79 or 97, somewhere there, that you needed to have a political structure to be able to manage the commission. You have a president of the commission, and therefore that president needed to be able to approve of all of the activities and the political activities. And so each country was sending 5 members to the parliament, and I think about 40 based on population quota.
Right.
So that's the structure of that particular ECOWAS parliament. So I don't see them as playing
parliament. This body is a parliament, and this is a legislature in Liberia, and the situation. Some people at the legislature, the House of Representatives, think that they do not need a speaker, and they have the way.
This is where stick our problem.
So we don't need ECOWAS.
No,
in
we
situation.
don't. Not at this stage. Where is the threat?
But who's inviting ECOWAS? Who actually invited ECOWAS?
I have no idea.
They're already here now. Will you call them intruders?
I will not call them intruders. You see, sometimes they are our brothers too and sisters.
But they meddling too much unnecessarily.
And sometimes when you meddle too much, you get the response.
Senator, over time, I'm way too young maybe to understand a couple of things, but I read between the lines. I read when Senator Finlay makes a statement and is published in a newspaper. I try to read to understand what Senator Finlay's mind is on a particular subject matter. That's how I've done over time to understand that this very ECOWAS has been disrespected repeatedly by previous administrations. We saw here Nancy Doe took our situation at the ECOWAS court, and the ECOWAS court said, go and give this widow her money. We saw a situation here. Cabinet Janet took a situation at the ECOWAS court. ECOWAS court said, give this man his money, settle him, or you reinstate him. The government of we did not take action in this situation. How relevant is ECOWAS to West African nations?
You see, ECOWAS didn't, the ECOWAS came in, like I said, for as a result of integration. The thoughts and the fathers look at integrating in fact, it was 16 countries. I think Mauritania dropped out. They came together basically to build a economic unit.
Mm-hmm.
We have not been able to reach that yet. I mean, there's still we have ratified, and so therefore we should be involved. We should honor what the court says because we are part of it.
Right.
Now, can the court enforce their judgment? That's the issue.
Is the limit?
So issues with the court decision against Nigeria, Ghana. I think there's a case in Senegal that they just cannot enforce.
So why do we then seek ECOWAS intervention when we subsequently not respect ECOWAS decision?
It is because it's a human rights issue.
Is it not a membership issue?
No, it's not. It's to go to ECOWAS court. It has to be based on the violation of the human rights.
In your structure as senator, there are some senators who are members of ECOWAS, representative of ECOWAS.
Yeah.
If ECOWAS is here, sort of to mediate, could they have been invited by the member of Liberia who is a member of as a representative of ECOWAS, or member?
I think
for ECOWAS for this sort of intervention.
No, they can't. It would be best to go through the House of Representatives of the Senate, and let the Senate do the invitation. The Senate have said, look, the impasse is there. And
so in your mind, how did it get here?
I have no idea.
You
I read it in the paper.
You should have ideas.
As former foreign minister, I probably would have had some this point at this time that ECOWAS.
Our time is running. Ambassador Finland, just give us what we don't want to hear, but that's the fact of life. When do we get past this nonsense at the house?
Major issue.
You don't see it that way?
No, not at all. I think there are bigger threats than the budget to shutting down the legislature, and we hope that we don't get to that point. We are working.
What might that threat be coming from?
Well, the both houses have to work. I mean, all we can do responsibility right now. We cannot carry out our function to make laws. We can pass laws, bills, but it cannot become an act. It cannot become a law.
You are a twin mother and you charge with the responsibility of bringing some senses into this thing. When last have you talked to Fornati?
I spoke to Fornati yesterday. Saturday. I just saw him now.
What was the conversation about?
Fornati is still willing to sit to the table to have this conversation.
To talk to those guys?
Yeah.
Have you talked to those guys too?
Yeah, I spoke with them.
What are they saying to you?
They are coming along. They think that the opportunity, they would like to see how we can make a drive again. Because you see, the thing is, Fornati could also get the 37. So whoever gets.
So why don't we lobby behind the scene and
talks to that we are where we are.
Very embarrassing.
And the speaker have said clearly that he's not going to reach.
So, mediate or do it fast.
We will continue to make all effort.
That's how we want to again will be here. This is a case that wait and I'll go until we reach the amicable solution. My name is T Max. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye bye.